Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this session, we are going to see error handling or exception handling in SQL Server. So there are three methods. With the help of that, we can handle the error. First is try catch block. Second is raise error method. And third is the throw. And how to log the error in physical table, we can see that as well. And one more thing, suppose there are three methods and which one is useful at which condition, so we are also going to see that. Okay, then let's see. As I said, there are three methods. With the help of that, we can handle the error, and error and exceptions are nothing but the one. And how there are two types. One is the user defined type and then system defined. First of all, there is a system defined errors. Correct. And means those errors are already defined in the system. And suppose let's say divide by zero error means here there is a select 6 by 3 is equal to means whatever the result is 2. Correct. And if I'm make the value of the instead of 2 that is a 0, then yeah, there is a divide by 0 because this error is already present in the system and we are generating that. Correct. So there is a some error come out from the system, so that is nothing but the system defined. Then next is the user defined error. Means suppose our objective is we have to allow salary is equal to or greater than 25k, and this is the input parameter for the stored procedure. Correct. So in that case, whatever the value we have from the outside, then in stored procedure we have to write the some custom code. Means we have to check, yeah, salary is less than equal to 25k, then we have to raise the error. Correct. So such a errors are called as a user defined error or a user defined exception. Correct. And then yeah, there are three methods. Means yeah, try catch block. A group of T-SQL statement can be enclosed in a try block, and if error occurred in the try block, then control is passed to the catch block. Means catch block contain the group of SQL statement that can be enclosed. Okay. First of all, means how to write that particular error handling in the using try catch block. Try instead of the try, begin try and T-SQL code, then end try, then begin catch and end catch. There are some functions. ATCH. Yeah, there are some functions miss with the help of error handling like select error message or error line number. So with the help of that functions, we can get the actual error or a error line number or a error object. Correct. And then we can insert that values into our physical table. Means we are logging the exception or a error. Correct. So this is the simple example. Means suppose there are 5 to 6 lines of code, then put that code into the begin try and end try block so that it will handle if any error occur generate, then control is passed from this try block to the catch block and it will log the error, so that when the procedure execution is complete, then we can see the values in error log table. So what was the error and when it was occurred, in which stored procedure it was occurred. Correct. So this is the example for that. Then next thing, in the scope of the catch block, below system functions can be used to obtain the information about the error. Means as I said, there is a, yeah, using select error message. Right now it returns us the null value. But if we make it as a here select uh, 1 divided by 0. Okay, so which error will we will get? Divided by 0. Correct. So here there is a select means which is the result at set at here, and divided by 0 error encountered. Correct. So means we are selecting here, selecting at, that's why here it came at here. If we uh, put it as a print error message, then it will come into the message. Yeah, got it, divided by 0 error encountered. And means, yeah, here error message, so this is the one function, right? Means returns the error message. Like this, there are different means there are 5 to 6 different functions. With the help of that, we can get the actual information about the error. Means error number, means, yeah, here we will get, yeah, what is the error number. Then if we execute only select 1 by 0, then message 8134. Then actually here we just mess return the error message text, correct? That's why we are getting the text over here. Means let's say I am executing it, and yeah, here you can get the text. Nothing information, means there are some detailed information, like if you individually execute it, means there is a message id number, then level, then state, then line number, correct? So same thing written by the some functions, means like a error number, which is the idea of that particular number. Then next thing, error severity, means returns the severity. I will explain all these things in the few seconds, but yeah, just giving the header of that particular function. Error state means return the state of error. Then error procedure means stored procedure name or the function name which we are calling from. Okay, then error line number, on which line error is occurred, correct? So that is the error line. And error message is the very simple, means whatever the text information about that message, so we will get that, correct? And this predefined information is available in system defined view. Select star from sys.messages. If you select it, then you will get all the errors informations, means text information about the error, what is the message id, what is the language id. Language 1033, it means the english, and severity is event logged and text, correct? So first of all, I am going to filter it out the divided by 0 error. Let's say here select 6 divided by 0. So what is the message ID? 8134, correct? So I am put at here 8134, and if you filter it, then you will get information about miss divided by 0 error. And all these are the different languages, means like a Chinese and all these things, divided division per 0. So Japanese, all the languages are defined here. And yeah, that is the severity is mentioned. So first of all, we will go through the what is the error number, severity, state, and procedure name and line. Okay, first thing first, yeah, any error number less than the 50k is a system defined message. Once you are means once that are the greater than 50,000 or 50k, then that is the user defined message. Means before 1 hour I added one message. So if we see select star from sys dot message, so there is a top one 50,005, correct? So I added it. That's why this is the user defined message. Okay, and sys dot messages catalog view can be used to retrieve the both the system and user defined message, means it contains the user defined message and system as well as user defined. We can add the user defined message by using the sp add message, and if we have to drop that, then sp drop message. With the help of that, these two procedures uh, we are using the prop adding and dropping. And then next is the error severity. Severity is nothing but the that value is from 0 to 2, 0 to 25, 25 means information or a warning. 0 to 10 means there is a, if we have to provide some information, yeah, then we can set the severity for that, there is a 0 to 10. And here there is a special error, means it is the information or warning, correct? And 11 to 16, these are the programming errors. And 17 to 25, resource, hardware, or OS or a SQL Server internal errors. And previously we seen programming errors means divided by 0. So that is the severity was the 16. And next thing, terminate the connection 20 to 25. So there is a connection in drop in between, or somewhere there is a invalid credential. So that is the terminates the connection. So that come under the 20 to 25. And 19 to 25 means only user with sysadmin rights can raise the errors with this severity. Okay. And next is the means we can say there is a 0 to 25 value for the severity. And these are the segregation categories for that. And yeah, state is nothing but the here one is defined, means the same error can be raised for several different conditions in the code. And also SQL support team uses it to find the location in the source code, correct, where the error is being raised. Okay. And then error procedure. Error procedure, it gives us the means stored procedure name or the function name, or it will blank if there is a normal batch of the statement. Suppose there is a means if we define the code in the stored procedure or a function, then we will return means we will get the uh, function name or the procedure name, correct. But suppose we are executing this query means it is a one batch, correct. So there is a no any name for the procedure, means here we are not defining this code in the procedure or function. So this is the normal batch, so that's why it would be a null for error procedure. And then next is the error lines, means suppose let's say in stored procedure there are 100 of lines, means on which line it the error was occurred, so that is given by the means error line function. And next thing, error message. So it is the actual description of the error, detailing the reason for the error. How to log the error and write the its error into the error log table. So first of all, we have to create the definition for that error log table, correct? So here I am going to create it. It having the different columns, means like the error number, error line, error procedure, message, and when it was come, means error date time, correct? So if you select it, then there is a nothing, correct? We just created it. And right, there is a one simple procedure I created. And here create, first of all I am dropping it, create it. Yeah, it is the very simple. Create procedure, procedure name as begin and end. And in this there is a no need to mention set no countdown, it's our choice. And there is a begin try and then end try. So your SQL code is inside the begin and try, correct. Here is the begin try and end try block, correct. Means in between that there is a SQL code. And then in catch block you have to write there is a insert into error log handle, means this is the table we created. And we have to mention the column over here, means in which column which information is going to be add, means there is a error number, then error number, then there is a error line, correct, error procedure, message, and error date time, correct. So I am creating it. And then next thing, just execute this procedure. So result is nothing. Why? Print high. Then after that there is a select 15 comma 0, means user means there is a user defined error, correct, occurred. And then this block is passes the control from begin try block to the catch block, correct, try block to the catch block. So here high is printed, means before of this there are multiple statements, means there are the thousand statements, so which will execute. And then after that when this statement will execute, then what happened? The control is passed means there is a error occurred and control is passed from this statement to the directly catch block. And let's say there are a print high and then there is a I, I am Sagar. So after that it will not execute. Means suppose this is the error occurred, then control is passed from here to catch block and then the next statement will not execute. Got it? And yeah, you can see there is a in the message high block is cleared, that there is a zero rows affected. It means there is a nothing is getting from that select statement, and then one rows affected. One rows affected, it means yeah, we are inserting the one row at here. And let's say I am going to check select star from error log handle. Correct. So there is a id as a one because identity created, and there is a error number 8134. Correct. And error line number 7. Please check error 7. Yeah, means if we see, if you are going to copy it and new query, then there is a 7 line number. Got it? And then there is a, what is the procedure name? Yeah, procedure exception handler. Correct. Exception handle is the procedure name. Then which error is came? Divided by 0. When it was came, so it contains that information because we are logging that information as a get date. That's why. Here I give an example of the divided by 0 error. Correct. Means there are the, let's say there is a one scenario, means the procedure having the two parameters A and B. Correct. And we are calculating the division, addition, subtraction and multiplication between two numbers. Means suppose in case there is a b value will 0, then in this case we will get the divided by 0 error occurred. But these are the runtime errors. Correct. And we have to handle that errors. Means let's say we have to check, yeah, b is equal to 0, then don't need to execute, otherwise we will get that error. Correct. If we execute, then we will get the error. So before of that, we have to check, yeah, b is suppose divisor, means there is a second number is 0, then we have to pass the controller or we have to raise the error. So that's why there is a new in uh, come into the picture, raise error or a throw. Means with the help of that we can our uh, raise our the different error. Correct. Means whatever we want. And one more thing, there are some others example like, means a foreign key, means there is a parent table and child table. Correct. Here is the one is the parent table and one is the child table. And let's say in parent table there is a only four records, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And if we in child table we are inserting the six value for the parent id, so it is acceptable? No. Why? Because there is a foreign key constraints error will occur. Correct. So such conditions we will get the error as a, yeah, there is a foreign key violation errors are occurred. Correct. Means and other example like, means identity, means previously the table having the identity but we are not means due to some reasons we drop that identity, and when we are inserting that value, then there is a nothing value we are passing in. Correct. Because id is passing in here, means let's say there is a one example here, means we are not passing the id at here. Correct. So we are mentioning the, so when id is not passing, so it will be considered as a null and primary key does not allow null value. So that is the another example. Means so means what they give us the error, means these are the runtime exceptions. So for that we have to handle that errors and we have to log that errors. Correct. That's why exception handling is important. Means begin try, end try and begin catch, end catch. It is important for the stored procedure or a functions. Means it will be a good thing from standard point of view. Means as a when we are making a code for the any stored procedure or SQL code, then yeah, in the procedure you have to mention the begin try block, then begin catch block. Correct. So it will handle the errors. It is the best practice. And then next thing I mentioned, we can add the message or we can drop the message. How to do that? Yeah, there is a using sp add message, and up miss after the 50,000 we can add the message. Let's say I am adding the 50,008 and severity is the 10 and it is the my special error and I am inserting as a new error. Okay, and if we see there is a 50,008, then yeah, this error will show. Correct. Even whatever the errors, and one more thing, uh, I inserted in this machine means whatever the sys dot message means it contains means it is available in the system databases and we are getting that messages. But when we are transferring this code from means right now this is the development environment, correct, and we have to move to the test environment, then UAT environment or a production environment, then in this case you have to insert that to end means insert this entry so that there is a message ID is available. Means suppose let's say raise error, in that you are raising the that particular error number or whatever the information about that particular error, then you must specify that particular add message first, means in the developer test environment, UAT environment and production environment, and then otherwise it will give us the error. That's the thing behind of this. Yeah, and using the drop message we can drop that particular message whatever you inserted. I am, yeah, miss message number we have to specify. Next thing, raise error method. With the help of that we can raise the user defined exceptions or error. Means what is the syntax for the raise error? Message id or message str means message string what we have to return the means what we have to display to the user, and then severity, and actually severity we seen in the previous means before few minutes back. Yeah, means 0 to 25 is the severity, and state means there is a, as we seen there is a one is the state right now we are using that, and correct. And one more thing, we can insert the message ID means as we seen here at the end we seen that message, so it contain the message ID means 5,000 50,008. So this is the message ID and whatever the text information, so we will get that, right? And yeah, that is the explanation for these three parameters. And one more thing, in the practical example, uh, this is the simple begin and begin try and end try block, and there is a we are handling the exceptions means those errors are occurred at here, so we can log that error in the main log table, or if you not handle then it's also fine. But actually with the help of error method we will get that particular error, so that means we will get the notification, or there is a procedure is fail in between that, and then that information is also logged into the error log table. In begin try and end try block there is a SQL code, and in begin catch and end catch there is a logging the error, correct. And first of all there is a T-SQL code means what is my objective, if salary is less than 25,000 then we have to raise an error, correct. Means let's say monthly package is the 3 lakh rupees and month, sorry, yearly package is the 3 lakh rupees, correct, and the monthly salary will be a means yearly package divided by 12, correct. So if that salary is less than the 25,000 then we are raising an exception, correct. So execute it, correct, 25,000, and we said yeah it is equal to, so we are getting an error, right, and we are logging that error into the error log table, correct? And one more thing, let's say if I am passing 3,50,000. Okay, so what it goes, there is a miss, we will get more than 25,000 value, correct? And it will execute the others next statements as well. Execute it and then execute the call. And yeah, here you can see there is a 29k, and in this table there is a only one record, because yeah, there is a error is not occurred. And if we put 2 lakh something, then sorry, execute execute the proc, yeah, 16k, so and there is a two records are affected, right? Means one is uh means whatever the result is showing, there is a one record, and one record we are inserting the value. That's why there is a one row affected, one row affected. And if we see the data inside it, so we will get two records, means there is a second record. And one more thing, this is the uh, SQL code, correct? So whatever your code you have to put inside, and you have to check the some values, and you have to raise an error, then you can do that. And with the help of raise error method, RAIS, then error, got it? And it is not like this, means raise error, so it will give us the error if I am going to alter it. And yeah, incorrect syntax near error. So this is the means let's say there is a bash start line with 12, means whatever the system defined errors, so we are getting that. And one more thing, these are some miss system defined error, or miss some parsing error, or after the means during the runtime, means here we are passing the as a zero value, then we will get the divided by zero, means user defined errors or a runtime errors, correct? So I created a one video related to the means how that execution of the means SQL execution is work. Means there is a let's say there is a parsing is done, then after that execution is done, then we are getting the message from the SQL. So I explained all these things in the how SQL Server internal works, means SQL Server is um, means in the background how SQL engine is work. So you can go through that, so you will get some brief information about it. Means there is a, first of all we are executing the query, then it will go to the SQL engine, then from the SQL engine we are getting the result on means whatever the client, SQL Server Management Studio or application side, correct? So all related to the end-to-end flow I explained in this video, SQL Server internal, or I at the end I will give the link of that this video in the description. And yeah, next thing, yeah, once the this video is done, then I will write all the queries, means information about these and notes. So in my blog, learn SQL with sagar.blogspot.com, or in Google search you can just learn SQL with Sagar blogspot. Yeah, then execute it. Yeah, the first is my, and yeah, here I will, in SQL Server topics I will put below, there is a exception handling, got it? And yeah, then next method is the throw method. Throw is like a raise error, means raises an exception. Means first of all I am connecting to the practice database. Yeah, arguments. What are the arguments for the raise error? There is a error number, means user defined errors, or miss user defined errors we are saying, miss after the 50,000. System defined error, there is a less than 50,000. And message means we can pass the string, means the length is the 2048 characters. And next is the state, means which is the 0 to 255 associate. Yes, and let's say this is the SQL T-SQL code, means yearly package is the 5 lakh rupees I passing it here, and same example I given in the raise error. And if we execute it, yeah, no matter about the database, correct. And if we have to if we pass 1 lakh rupees, then yeah, then monthly salary is less than, means correct. In result, there is a 8,300, and message you can see salary should be greater than the 25,000, and we are not logging the exception. Correct. Means there is a begin try and end try. We can do that. No any problem. It's our choice. It is good to have the begin try and end try actually. And if we execute begin try and end try, then begin catch, end catch, and inside begin and end catch, you have to write the code for to log the error, correct. And if you execute it from begin try to the end catch, yeah, one row is affected and 8,300. And if we see the error, control C, we can see in this window, execute it, yeah, error procedure is null. Why? Because this is the batch, means we didn't created any stored procedure, or we didn't place this code in the stored procedure or the functions. That's why error procedure name is null. Got it? And error name means, sorry, error line is the 11, means there is a 11 for this, means starting from this to the this point. And throw must be followed by the semicolon, means if you see here, the statement before of the store statement must be followed by the semicolon, or a semi means statement terminator. Means here we are checking the value before going to, means let's say uh, there is a value 6 lakh rupees, then monthly salary we will get as a 50,000. And select hello, correct, execute it, so we will get as a hello, and there is a no any problem, means here we are checking the value. And if that value is not satisfied within a certain criteria, then we are raising an exceptions. You can use the raise error or a throw method, it's your choice. And yeah, it having the three parameters and misstate severity and message name, correct, same like raise error method. And still, if you have any doubts related to the exception handling, raise error or a throw, then let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.